What's going on, YouTube land? Just wanted to do a video since I started watching some videos on these little Virago 250s, and I happen to have one. I bought it a few years ago. Um, it was new old stock when I got it, so it was a couple years old already, but it was brand new at the dealership. And it's 2014 now. This is in '07, and I got it in '09, and I now have about 1,800 miles on it, so I haven't even used it much. It's been sitting, use it for a little bit, then it sits a little longer. And started watching videos on them, and a lot of people are doing a lot of stuff to them, so I started getting some inspiration. And first off, I was like, I wanted to hardtail it, make it a little more cool factor, you know. So I put these 10-inch struts. They're meant for a Sportster. Got them from eBay. The seller's name is Hellbend, and they're sold as Sportster struts. The only thing is, I don't know if anybody knows anything about these things. The Sportsters are a half-inch stud. So, and these Viragos are they're 9/16. They have a 9/16 stud. So the way these are able to work is it's actually a 9/16 hole. They just come with a sleeve, an insert to bring it down to half-inch. So you just don't put that insert in, and these fit perfect. All I did, there is a little bit of play. And oh, and by the way, if this sounds familiar, if you've been watching videos, yes, there's another guy that did the exact same thing. That's where I got the idea. I forget the guy's name, but if you haven't seen his video, his looks really clean. He's got it all matte black. He reshaped the seat. I'm not gonna reshape it. I'm just gonna put a different seat on it. But I got this idea from him. The video, if you look it up, it's I think it's called Bobber style build on a smaller budget, something like that. If you look for that video, you'll find him. It's a little black bike. And what he did is he used some Teflon tape and take up that slack. I used a little bit of electrical tape. Like one wrap of electrical tape was enough, and perfect. So that's the idea where I got from him. And then these turn signals, he did these same ones. So I got that idea from him, found them on eBay. So I did those also. I got rid of the seat, and I put these license plate bolts on there. And the way these work, it's a stud that screws in with a nut from the back. So what I did is I popped the stud out from this side, because they have a pretty thick stud that well, actually it's about the same thickness, but the threads are different where the seat holds onto the back. Well, I had to cut that stud off and put this one in for this one. The front ones though, the holes for the screws in the front are the actual size of that stud. So that worked out perfect. Let me get I had an extra one. Where'd it go? Here it is. Okay. It's a set of 4 of them, and I only used 3 of them. But you can see the way this stud works. Come on, focus. Focus. Okay, this doesn't want to focus. Alright, well, I guess you can kind of see. It's a stepped stud. Let me see if I can get it out. Let me get it out of the little bag. You can kind of see how that works. It keeps focusing on the background, on the ground. That's not working. Oh, wait. Hold on. I remember. Oh, great. I keep dropping it. Hold on. Let me see if I can get it to focus. There we go. Okay, so you can see how that works. It's a stepped stud. And so the threads on this side are the perfect fit for the holes on this. So then you just screw this stud on top of that. It works perfect. So that worked out. And I'll clean that off later. Alright, and then so I did that. I have another seat that I'm going to put on it. I'm just waiting for the bracket and the springs. I'm going to put a sprung seat on there. That'll be pretty cool. I got rid of the smog pump. So big old chrome cylinder teardrop thing that was here. I got rid of that. The way I canceled out the whole smog system is I just zip tied the lines. I just tucked the lines back in there. This is the vacuum line that leads to it. So just zip tied that closed, stuck it up in there. Same thing with the air lines. Just took one of the lines, plugged it into the other one, and then zip tied it closed there. It's working pretty good. And then changed the front turn signals also. The only thing is these are just 2-wire signals, so they're just turn signals. They're not running lights. So hopefully I don't get in trouble for that. I don't know if it's actually necessary here in California, but it's possible. But It's working pretty good. I ordered some Built-Well Keystone bars for it. If you look those up, they're pretty cool. I got them in black, so although I'm still waiting for those to come in, they should be here on Wednesday. Today's Monday. And then I changed these, put these little mirrors on it. I didn't want the big old ones. The only thing is, the color, they on the eBay listing, they looked kind of more of a silverish, more of a kind of a polished look, and they came out kind of whitish. So I'm probably gonna paint them black, and that'll work. And then I did this little 48mm pod filter. That worked all right. A little tight, just a little bit of WD-40 on it, slid right on, but that works. And then, oh yeah, and then for the, I just zip tied a piece of cloth for the carburetor breather, because that goes into the air filter. So I just zip tied a little bit of cloth on there and tucked it up in there. That works. Just make sure nothing gets in there. And then that's pretty much it I've done so far. And then, oh yeah, and of course I'm waiting. I don't know if I mentioned this. I've already done this video a few times, but I'm waiting on the license plate bracket to do a side mount on the left side and another tail light. And then once I get that, I'm gonna cut the fender off right about that level. Look a little better. And then I drilled some holes in the baffles. I did 3 holes in each one with about a 1/2-inch drill bit. So, made it sound a little better, a lot better actually. I was expecting to have to pay $400 for an aftermarket exhaust, and didn't need to. Sounds pretty good the way it is. I don't know if you guys have heard one of these stock. They're pretty quiet. They still have a nice tone to them. They're just quiet. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've done to it so far. And then since I started working on my bike, my brother's like, "Hey, get my Harley running." That thing's been sitting in the garage for about 4 years. It's an '04 Sportster 883 base model, and he got it brand new back in '04, and it's just been sitting there. So he's like, "Hey, get it running for me." So I brought it over here into the shed and just started working on it. Basically, all it needed was a carburetor cleaning. Took apart the carburetor, cleaned it up, hooked up some jumper cables, and started right up. I just got to do an oil change because that oil's been sitting there for years. And I put a battery in it. Should be fine. Everything else looks good. Started it up like nothing, you know. Just it's got some Screaming Eagle pipes, so it's loud. And then I got this one running too. That's my old dirt bike. I've had it sitting. It's probably been sitting about 6 years now. Just stopped riding about 6 years ago, and I want to get back into it. So I got it running again. I just need to clean it up. It's filthy. It runs good. Just I think one of the jets is still a little clogged because it kind of lags it a little bit right off of idle. But once you get going, it's fine. So and I gotta put a knobby on it. Last time I rode it was in the sand, so I gotta get a knobby put on. That other knobby I had is pretty worn out. So I'll just get some grips, new clutch lever. You can see it's not looking so great. So yeah, just gotta get this one running. It's oh, by the way, it's a 2002 YZ250F, so the 4-stroke. So that thing's pretty fun. Then I got that one running, and this is the one I'm been messing with the most. But it's pretty much done. Well, not done, but it's pretty close to being done. And I'll do an update once I get everything done. So you guys take it easy. Later.